Hey, and welcome to the Original Black Nerd Show. And this is my observations from the front porch. And today we're going to look at The Outsiders. And this is the second story in the next Batman comic book. It had three stories in it. This is the second story in it. I'm a huge Batman and The Outsiders fan, huge Black Lightning fan, Duke Thomas, Katana. So this story had a special interest to me. So it starts off with, okay. So the story opens up and we got Katana, aka Tatsu Yamasura, the woman on the wall, the soul taker, current status, active. So, she's coming down with her backpack, and we see some lightning crackling in the background. Next thing it says, the signal. And, inside Gotham, because she's outside of Gotham, so he's inside of Gotham. And he goes, aka Duke Thomas, magistrate's most wanted, Mr. Thomas, current status inactive. And so you see Duke driving a souped up muscle car, and he's talking to his passengers as they get fired on by the magistrate. He's telling, you calm down and let me work. So he comes over. Next panel, we come up and we see the hostages looking all crazy. Well, not hostages, people in the car that he was saving, and they were talking about hostages, and because the police had called them out as hostages, and Duke just has an auto jack. He jumps over a wall that is between the outside and Gotham, that's walled off on this bridge. He jumps over the wall, and as he jumps over the wall, we come into the next panel. As we see Katana coming down, and two guards jump out on foot and chase Duke, and you hear him go. You hear in the background, you see him go, "Stand down, agents, stand down. We have no jurisdiction past the. Get back here!" And the guy, being arrogant, runs and says, "Forget that. That kid is on the most wanted list." And as they look up, they see Katana come down with the straight superhero pose, one knee to the ground, and she says, "Clearly, you men are new to the outside. So I will make this quite simple. If any part of you crosses this line, your soul is mine." And so the guy comes back and he goes arrogant again, goes with, "Oh, you brought a knife to a gunfight." Goes to try to shoot Katana. Katana, using the soul sword, blocks all the bullets. And as she talks to, now anybody who knows about Katana knows that Katana's sword is possessed by spirits. And one of the spirits is that it's a spirit of her dead husband. And she talks. So as she's talking to the sword, she's knocking the guys around, and then we go to the next panel and we see the guy dragging this man off, talking about, "We're going to catch him, then we're going to put him on trial and deal with him. We will stop the signal, and every one of you who followed the Batman. Gotham belongs to the magistrate now." And as we see the next little shot, we see that the three passengers are looking, and the one girl goes, "Wow." And Duke Thomas, sitting in the car, goes, "I know, right?" And the panel opens up, and he says, "Welcome to the outside." And you can see this is the outside of Gotham. Now, I'm a Sin City movie fan, and this was like, oh, this is Old Town and Miho, but I loved it, and I digress. So the next panel, Duke is going to Katana saying, "Hey, look, thanks for helping out. I could have handled it." So here we find that Duke is like having rallies. So and these people were at one of his rallies, and they got magistrates tried to get them, so he tried to help them out. Katana's upset because she had to burn up some of her gas her fuel for a rocket pack to come help him out. So she just takes off, and Duke she goes to Duke, "You have cost me time, You have cost me fuel. And Duke is, Duke always apologizing. I'm sorry, but are you okay, Tatsu? You're not alone out there, And then she coldly says, I know. Masu is with me. Take them and go. And she jets off. And one of the people that he saved said, hey, what was that all about? And Duke said, it's a long story. Let's get you to the safe houses. So then we switch over to the next scene, and we see that Katana is talking with the sword, saying that she's going to apologize to Duke later. She knows she was kind of curt with him. And you also see this lightning again in the shot, following her around. So she's going to check out this warehouse where the magistrate or somebody is doing something. So as she gets there, of course, she runs out of fuel and crashes. So she crashes, her ability to be silent is gone. So she talks to the sword and she says, I think it's fairly certain someone heard that. And of course, then she responds to the sword, I love you, and yes, I'll be careful. So then we go into the next page, and the next spread blew my mind. It's the 2-page spread just blew my mind. It just blew my mind. So she comes down the steps, and she comes through. So this is going across the panel. She goes through the first set of people. They yelling, Code Red, Code Red. It's the soul. And he didn't get Soul Taker out of his mouth. And she whacks out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. Boom, knocking them down the steps. And the thing that's crazy is that the steps are all in red. So you can see where she's just mayhem. So she comes down to the next level. And she wipes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more guys. Boom, comes down the steps, comes into the next level. Now, I know the police has got to have the direct voice, but come on, guys. They go, Katana, by the order of the magistrate, put down your weapon. Okay, yeah, right. So the other guy's telling, go